People liked Elly May Clampett, but she was more than that. She was what the Beverly Hillbillies were all about. Donna Douglas was the only one who could bring this beloved girl to life. She had a sweet southern draw, stunning good looks, and a love of animals over men. But there was a real story behind the pigtails and animals that not many fans knew about. Donna's journey was anything but easy. She sued Mattel and CBS out of the blue, quit acting all of a sudden, and had a personal life full of quiet turns and changes. Where is her house now? Did she get married? Did she leave behind a family? The story of Donna Douglas that hasn't been told before. How she rose to fame, how she lost loved ones, and what she left behind. Donna Douglas grew up in the small Louisiana town of Pride. She was born Doris Ian Smith and is the youngest of 2 children. The Smith family, Emmet and Elma, kept things easy. In Donna's childhood, she spent most of her time outside with the neighborhood kids, getting dirty as she played rough. She really was a kid at heart. Animal love, on the other hand, was what made Donna who she was when she was young. Almost every lost cat she found, she would bring home. Anything from turtles to frogs to birds to dogs and cats. "I love pets. They're like kids. They know if you love them or not," she said one time. "You can't fool them." That strong love for animals wasn't just a phase when they were kids. It turned into a part of her. Of course, it was easy for her to play Elly May Clampett on the Beverly Hillbillies. Donna always said it was easy because she was just acting like herself. She loved being outside, but by the time she was in high school at St. Gerard Catholic, she was also really into sports. It was great to see her on the softball team and in basketball. Another very important event took place in high school. Donna liked Roland John Bourgeois Jr. a lot. In 1949, not long after finishing and still only 17 years old, she married him. The marriage didn't last, but they had a son together. After 5 years, in 1954, they got a divorce. Donna was in a bit of a tough spot after the breakup. She focused on raising her son because she didn't know what would happen next. Early in your work. Donna Douglas first caught people's attention when she competed in her first beauty show in 1957. She won, surprise, surprise. It was that win that made her Miss Baton Rouge. After that win, she decided to try her luck again and joined the Miss New Orleans pageant. She won there too and won the crown. Donna felt a lot better about herself after those early wins. She began to think more deeply. She packed up her things, took her son, and went to New York City to follow her dreams. She got her start as a model for print ads, like those for toothpaste. Things did move quickly, though. Not long after, she was on the Steve Allen Show as one of the Billboard Girls and the Perry Como Show as the Letters Girl. Those little shows were worth it. In New York, she was even called Miss B. Yine, and she got to show off her crown on The Ed Sullivan Show. Famed director Hal Wallace, who worked on Casablanca, saw her at that point and cast her as Marjorie in the 1959 movie career. There she was, going from beauty pageants and commercials to sharing the screen with Dean Martin and Shirley MacLaine. The start of her trip to Hollywood had arrived. Breakthrough in the Twilight Zone. Donna's next big break came when she got a part in one of the most memorable episodes of The Twilight Zone, the one with the scary pig-faced characters. In the movie, she played a woman who tries different ways to look better, but the treatments don't work. Twist. People who saw her thought she was beautiful, but the pig people thought she was ugly. The second season's Eye of the Beholder aired in 1960. And many Twilight Zone fans still think it's one of the best episodes of the whole show. After that, Donna started getting calls from big TV shows and got a few guest spots, including a 4-episode arc on the police show Checkmate in the early 1960s. She was also in 3 episodes of Mr. Ed, and in a famous Season 2 episode, she shared a scene with Clint Eastwood. But Donna was ready to hit it big. Get the part of Elly May Clampett. As part of her Beverly Hillbillies screening, Donna Douglas was asked to milk a goat. It was always meant for Donna Douglas to play Elly May Clampett on the Beverly Hillbillies. She talked about how her acting career started when she moved to New York and then to California in an interview with the Tennessean. She thought that jumping right in and learning as she went was the best way to learn. I had to figure things out as I went, so that's how I began. Before I got to Hollywood, I didn't say a word. She said that there were 500 other players from which she had to choose for the part of Elly May. She had only been going to acting school for a week before the audition, but she was still driven and sure of herself. I knew I could learn, even though I was pretty simple. She talked about how difficult auditions are in general, but Donna's Beverly Hillbillies tryout was extra hard. She had to milk a live goat as part of the process. Donna had grown up on a farm, so she knew how to deal with animals, so it was easy for her. I knew how to milk cows before. She said, I thought they were equipped the same, so I just went over and did it. That could have been the moment that made her get the part. Donna felt close to Elly May right away. It was instant for her to connect with the character. When I read for that part, I was so thankful. I wanted to do a family show. When you work together for 9 years, you're like family. That was a dream role, she said. I knew everything about Elly May from day one. I never had to be told what to do with my character. It was all me. Donna Douglas played Elly May. It helped that the producers had seen Donna's famous episode of The Twilight Zone and were impressed by her performance. At the time, Donna was 30, but Elly May was only supposed to be 17. But that didn't stop her from getting the part. But just a week before filming started, bad things almost happened. Donna was in a car accident where she was hit from behind and hit her head on the steering wheel. She got a serious concussion, but she wasn't going to let this chance go away. Donna checked herself out of the hospital and went straight to the set. She remembers that the first episode was filmed while her head was still spinning. But once she played Elly May, Donna found a role she could really be proud of. She was happy to go on public appearances whenever they asked her to, and the cast became like family to her. She and Irene Ryan, who played Granny, would throw a Christmas party every year for the cast and their families. Her on-screen father, Buddy Ebsen, was also a gospel singer, and Donna learned how to act from him on set. She and her Clampett brother, Max Bear Jr., became best friends for life. In fact, Donna and Max visited Buddy in the hospital the week before he died, showing how close they were. The Beverly Hillbillies gave Donna more than just a job. It also gave her a second marriage. In 1971, she married Robert M. Leeds, who was the show's director, and they were married for almost 10 years before getting a divorce in 1980. Of course, the show was a huge hit, and Donna got more fan mail than anyone else on it. To show how much she cared about her fans, she spent hours signing pictures and answering letters by hand. Because she was so popular, Elly May paper dolls, coloring books, and other items were made. One particularly controversial item was an Elly May Clampett Barbie doll released by Mattel as part of their classic TV collection, along with characters from Bewitched and I Dream of Jeannie. There was no animal that Donna Douglas didn't like on the Beverly Hillbillies. She played Elly May Clampett for 9 seasons, and one of the cutest things about her character was how much she loved animals. Elly May was a tough tomboy with a soft, sweet side, and her love for animals was a big part of who she was. Some people might find it strange or difficult to work with different animals, like raccoons, skunks, goats, chimpanzees, and even more exotic animals like kangaroos and bobcats. But Donna saw it as just another day in the life of a hillbilly. In an interview with the South Bend Tribune in 1965, Donna said that she loved working with animals, just like her character did. She thought that the best way to connect with animals, especially wild ones, was to love and respect them. Donna explained that animals, especially wild ones like raccoons, foxes, and cougars, can tell when an actor doesn't like them or is afraid of them, and they act in the same way. Whenever an actor tries to hide how they feel, the animals seem to be able to tell the difference. Donna had a special connection with animals both on and off screen. She knew how to connect with each one and was known to have a special way with them. I like animals too, just like Elly May. I think even the most scared ones can tell this and will at least let me handle them, she said. For some strange reason, I've found that animals like being held if they think you're a friend. She remembered a show where a guest star had to work with a chimpanzee named Skipper. It was written in the plot that Skipper would jump from Donna's arms to the actor and cuddle up with him. He didn't like the idea, though, because he wasn't as into animals as Donna. Donna said that as we were getting ready to shoot the scene, he complained that he didn't want to be pawed at by a crazy monkey and that he'd rather it be over soon. When the scene was time, Donna had to throw Skipper right on top of the character. She remembered that Skipper wouldn't let him hold her. He was sure that man wasn't his friend. Frank Inn, the teacher and handler of the animals on the show, was another important person in Donna's love of animals. Donna said nice things about Frank's work. Frank is a wizard with them. He treats his animals like they're his babies, and I'm sure they all think they are. Frank worked closely with Donna to make sure she was okay with all the animals that were on the show. Donna's time as Elly May was full of on-screen and off-screen moments that showed how much she loved her furry, scaly, and flying friends. This was possible because Frank knew how much Donna loved animals. Because the Clampett's house was so big, Elly May had plenty of room to take care of them. Donna Douglas had to get rid of her southern accent in order to be in show business. When she became the star of Beverly Hillbillies, she had to get it back. Donna Douglas left the South to become an actress in Hollywood. She was born in Louisiana. She quickly learned, though, that she would have to deal with the unspoken rules that all actresses have to follow. The Charlotte News says that she was told to get rid of her strong Southern accent if she wanted to work in the business. It took a lot of work on her part to lose it. She got a tryout for the part that would make her famous, Elly May Clampett on the Beverly Hillbillies, just as she was getting rid of her accent. The people in charge of casting liked her. There was one catch, though. People told her, "You'll do, but you'll have to learn how to talk Southern." Interestingly, Douglas never really thought of herself as an actor, even though she was successful on the Beverly Hillbillies. "I'm still more of a fan than an actress," she said one time. She knew how lucky she was to be on the show and wanted to stay as long as possible. "I love the Hillbillies. I signed a 6-year contract for this show, and I think life is so great. I just want to get on the stick and get everything to working," she said. Donna Douglas took a break from the Beverly Hillbillies to star in a movie with Elvis Presley. When you become a star on a hit show like the Beverly Hillbillies, other chances start to come your way. For Donna Douglas, seeing the legendary Elvis Presley in a movie was one of the most exciting ones. Donna started her career in beauty pageants and then had small parts in movies like Career and Lil Abner. In an interview with Valley Times in 1965, Donna talked about how Paul Henning, Beverly Hillbillies producer, asked her if she could play Elly May. "I just looked at him and grinned," she said. "Could I take care of Elly May? Why, it was just like my own life." Even though critics weren't sure if people would like the Beverly Hillbillies, it quickly became a huge hit, making Donna a star overnight. They became huge fans of her, and soon she was getting bigger roles. She talked about how she got the part in Frankie and Johnny with Elvis Presley in the same interview. "After we finished the season for Hillbillies, I went to Australia to promote the show," she said. "I could have gone on a personal appearance tour in the US during our summer break, but something told me not to. Sure enough, when I got back, they called me about the movie." Donna played the lead role of Frankie in Frankie and Johnny, which was her first lead role in a movie. To get the part, she had to take a break from the Beverly Hillbillies for a while. When the movie was over, Donna went back to her old role as Elly May and played it for another 3 years. She was under contract with the show for a total of 6 years, juggling her newfound career in movies with her duties on the popular TV show. Donna's career was guided by a simple but powerful motto: "You can have success if you can handle it." With her feet firmly on the ground and her head held high, she did just that. In a 1961 interview with the New York Daily News, Donna Douglas talked about her career goals. I hope my career will have a wider horizon, one that includes the kind of quality roles played by Ingrid Bergman and Deborah Kerr. She said, "These were roles like those played by Bergman and Kerr. I believe that dramatic roles show all of a woman's qualities." But the interviewer seemed more interested in how she looked than in her goals. Even though she was very clear about her career goals, the conversation quickly turned to her body, her measurements, and descriptions of her figure instead of the depth of her work. Her goals got lost in the noise of superficial focus. Donna's journey wasn't just about figuring out how to work in show business. It was also about balancing being a mother. As the Beverly Hillbillies made her famous, her life changed drastically, forcing her to make hard choices. One of them was sending her 7-year-old son Danny to live with her mother. She thought it was best for him to have a stable home life because of her newfound fame and the stress of constantly traveling. "I wouldn't want to be dragging him from pillar to post and maid to maid all the time," she said. Donna Douglas was more than just the character Elly May Clampett on the Beverly Hillbillies. She was an ambitious actress with big dreams and a devoted mother who made sacrifices for her son's well-being. But too often, people only saw her for her good looks instead of her talent and character. She was a woman trying to find her way in the fast-paced world of TV fame. Some people make show business into a rat race. She told the Daily News, "I'm determined that it won't turn me into an addict of sleeping pills, pep pills, or some other kind of cook. If that's what it takes to be successful, it's not worth it." Other important jobs. In the 1970s, she was in a few TV shows, including an episode of Atom 12. But after the 1981 Beverly Hillbillies reunion movie, which Max Baer Jr. notably skipped, Donna quit acting to try other things. She had become typecast as Elly May, and new movie roles weren't really knocking on her door. She never got angry about her famous part, though. "Elly May was like a slice of my life," she once said. "People love her, and they love the Hillbillies, which opens a lot of doors for me." Donna Douglas didn't like Hollywood. For many people, Hollywood is the place where hopes come true. It's the center of entertainment in the Western world, and its appeal has only grown over time. But for one star, Donna Douglas, the shine of La La Land didn't quite live up to its hype. Douglas made millions of people happy as Elly May on the Beverly Hillbillies, but she quickly lost faith in the system after experiencing the glitz and glamour of the movie business. "I've never really liked it here," she told the Salt Lake City Deseret News in 1965. And who could blame her? Douglas was a stranger at heart, and she longed for simpler times when she was with family and friends who cared about her. Instead, she ended up in the crazy center of Hollywood, where her career took some unexpected turns after the Beverly Hillbillies became a huge hit. She said, "I want to go back to Louisiana and the house and pool I built there for my family." She missed the piece she had left behind. It was during that time that Douglas was filming Frankie and Johnny with Elvis Presley. This was her most famous movie part. Even though the project was well known, she made it clear that she wasn't happy with the movie and felt bad about taking the part. In reality, she would have rather been at home with her family than trying to become even more famous. Douglas didn't spend her money in Hollywood. Instead, she sent a lot of it back to her parents, adding to the money she had been giving them for years. Her story shows how someone's dream can turn into their worst fear. A lot of people found what worked for them to work for Donna Douglas. Frankie and Johnny would be her last movie part until 2013. After the Beverly Hillbillies, she stayed out of the spotlight and only made a few guest turns on TV shows here and there. Donna Douglas did some odd jobs after she stopped being famous. This woman stayed out of the public eye for most of the 1970s. Not many people knew about her. People did know that she became a real estate agent in California. "I worked in real estate for about 4 or 5 years after the show ended in 1974. She told author Stephen Cox for his book The Beverly Hillbillies, Big Billies, When she wasn't working on real estate, Douglas traveled a lot and tried her hand at country music. She even put out a few gospel albums. She would sometimes go on talk shows to promote an Elly doll she was selling. She also promoted a strange product called Critter Cologne, a $1.50 perfume for cats and dogs. Douglas was also very interested in working with young people. She spoke at a lot of youth groups and Christian events, and when she signed autographs, she would include a line from her favorite Bible verse, Proverbs 3:56. In the 1980s, Douglas started a new career as a gospel singer and released 4 albums, the first being Donna Douglas Sings Gospel in 1982. After that, she worked with Southern gospel singer Ken Turner on a children's album called Here Come the Critters. Donna was a very religious person who became a popular speaker at church events across the country. Many people still remember her talks with fondness. If you've ever had the chance to hear her speak live, please share your memories in the comments below. Donna loved God and animals, which led her to write children's books like Donna's Critters and Kids and Miss Donna's Mulberry Acres Farm. In 2013, she also released Hollywood Social Graces, a Southern cookbook with tasty recipes, interesting stories from her career, and a section on how to behave properly. In addition to her creative projects, Donna spent a lot of time helping Christian children's homes across the South and organizations that give young women strength. Sadly, Donna Douglas died of pancreatic cancer in her hometown of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, in 2015. What was Donna Douglas's estimated net worth at the time of her death? According to Celebrity Net Worth, she was 81 years old and had a net worth of $500,000. Her granddaughter told TMZ that Donna died peacefully at home in Louisiana, surrounded by family. Douglas had been married twice and is survived by her son Danny Bergia from her second marriage, as well as 3 grandchildren and 2 great-grandchildren. The Beverly Hillbillies star sued Mattel and CBS over a Barbie doll on June 10, 1993. They sued for $200 million against the Walt Disney Company, Whoopi Goldberg, B. Midler, their production companies, and Creative Artists Agency. They said that the hit movie Sister Act had stolen from a book they owned called A Nun in the Closet. Douglas and Wilson said that they had written a screenplay based on the book in 1985. The lawsuit said that their screenplay was over 100% the same as the movie Sister Act. It also said that the script had been sent to Disney, Goldberg, and Midler several times between 1987 and 1988. In 1994, the two turned down a $1 million settlement offer, but the judge ultimately sided with Disney and the other defendants. After many years, Douglas sued again, this time against Mattel and CBS Consumer Products. She said they used her name and image without her permission for an Elly May Barbie doll in their classic TV collection. Wilson said at the time, "They would have had to copy our stuff verbatim for us to win." It was said that the packaging had a picture of Douglas as Elly May from the Beverly Hillbillies. Douglas said that her likeness was used without her permission and wanted $75,000 in damages. CBS and Mattel said they didn't need her permission because CBS owned the rights to the character, but Douglas insisted that they did. The case was settled on December 27, 2011, but the specifics were not made public. Both sides said they were happy with the outcome. Inside Donna Douglas's Baton Rouge home. In her later years, Donna Douglas lived in a charming home in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. This home showed her deep love for Southern values and simplicity. The house was surrounded by lush greenery and had a warm and welcoming vibe, just like Douglas herself. Inside, it was cozy and filled with personal items and a collection of antiques that showed her love of history and tradition. After Douglas died in 2015, many of her belongings, including a famous 5-piece bedroom set that was said to have been a gift from Elvis Presley, were sold at auction in Livingston Parish. There aren't many public details about Douglas's Baton Rouge home's current condition or estimated value. However, similar properties in the area tend to vary in value depending on size, location, and historical significance. Given Douglas's fame and the home's connection to her legacy, it's likely that the property has both sentimental and monetary value. Thank you for watching. If you liked it and want to see more, please subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon to be informed when the next video comes out.